All right, welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk some Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko with the lightweight division. Devin Haney says, hey, Bob, stop hiding Vasily Lomachenko from me. He's in the position to get a Vasily Lomachenko fight, but I want to talk about that situation and also the politics around it and how more than likely it's going to how it's going to wind up. Let's talk about those things in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, I hope you accept my invitation to subscribe and hit the bell icon. We're going to talk about Devin Haney in this video. Devin Haney is a WBC champion in recess. He's the former WBC champion who lost his belt due to an injury that he incurred in his first defense. I don't know if you could really call it a defense because the belt was given to him when Vasily Lomachenko was requested to be elevated to a franchise championship. So as a result, they then elevated Devin Haney to the WBC champion. He beats I can't remember the guy's name that he beats, but in that fight or in the training camp for that fight, I'm not sure when the injury occurred, he winds up hurting his shoulder. So then he has to have surgery. And when he has surgery, I guess it's the amount of time for him to heal is significant enough where the WBC said, well, we got to move you up to champion in recess. And then we're going to have a title eliminator not a title eliminator. They're going to mandate a fight between two people so that they can fight for the WBC belt. Now, the people that are mandated to fight are Javier Fortuna and Luke Campbell. I don't understand why it's Luke Campbell, because Luke Campbell just lost to Vasily Lomachenko for that WBC belt. You'd think that the WBC could find somebody else to give a shot for that title, but it's the two of those. So that's where Devin Haney is right now. But Devin Haney is very confident, obviously, that he can come back and win the WBC title, because one of the things with when you're the champion in recess is that when you're healthy, you can come back and automatically fight for that title. So Devin Haney would be fighting either Luke Campbell or he would fight Javier Fortuna, depending on who wins that fight. I suspect that it's going to be Luke Campbell and not Javier Fortuna, just because it would seem to me that a purse bid for that fight, Top Rank might win might win a purse bid for that fight over the PBC. I'm not sure who would be the promoter for that. Probably maybe seems like Tom Brown of TGB Promotions has been doing a lot of the PBC promotions for PBC cards, but I'm not sure how much money they would want to put behind Javier Fortuna. Now, Javier Fortuna is a very, very awkward fighter, a very, very tough fighter, and very, very dirty fighter, man. A very, very dirty fighter, kind of like the Espadio Pedraza back in the early 80s. Now we are on OG Boxing Talk. We mentioned that with talked about that with Curtis Anderson this Sunday. Man, Pedraza was so rest in peace Pedraza. I think he might have passed away the year before last. But man, that guy used to hit people with elbows, hit people low. He's kind of like Bernard Hopkins on steroids. Well, that's Javier Fortuna does a lot of that stuff as well. So, but anyway, as far as it applies to Devin Haney should get a shot back at that lightweight title. And then he said that he wants Bob Arum to stop hiding Vasily Lomachenko from him. So Vasily Lomachenko, as we know, is I think he's the WBA, the WBO, and the WBO champion. I am not going to call him the WBC franchise champion. In my book, that's the one thing that Lomachenko did that tells me that Lomachenko did not want to fight, or Bob Arum did not want Vasily Lomachenko to fight Devin Haney. Now, I believe that Devin Haney is a tough matchup for Vasily Lomachenko. But here's the problem with Devin Haney getting Vasily Lomachenko. There might not be a Lomachenko to get after Devin Haney gets that belt back. There might not be a Vasily Lomachenko to get. Okay? And the second, if there is a Lomachenko to get, then Lomachenko probably is just going to do the same thing again. He might even move back down to 130 pounds and wait out Devin Haney. Now, the first thing that I said is that there may not be a Devin Haney. I mean, there may not be a Vasily Lomachenko. And I say that because Vasily Lomachenko is going to be fighting Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, who's the IBF champion, who won his title by knocking out Richard Comey was that in December? I believe that was in December of 2019. Somebody in the comment section can correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe it was December of 2019 that Teofimo Lopez beat Richard Comey, and now they're in discussions because these are all top-ranked fighters. Vasily Lomachenko to have a unification fight with Teofimo Lopez. Now, if they fight, there's a good chance, in my opinion, that Vasily Lomachenko will lose to Teofimo Lopez. And there are two reasons why I think Vasily Lomachenko may lose to Teofimo Lopez. The first is top rank, and the second one is Vasily Lomachenko. As far as Vasily Lomachenko goes, Vasily Lomachenko is an older fighter. And because he's an older fighter, and he has not fought somebody like a Teofimo Lopez in his career. And that is somebody that has an equalizer. Somebody that can, if he lands something on you, can stop all the cuteness. You know what I mean? Can stop it all, right? If Teofimo Lopez hits you with that left hook, and I do believe he's got power in both hands, but if he hits you firmly with a strong shot, the electricity in your body may very, very well shut off and just, and all of a sudden you're sitting on the ground with your arms twitching and doing all kind of other craziness. Okay, so that Teofimo Lopez's ability to stop you because you made a single mistake is significant in that weight class, and honestly, man, it cannot be denied. He's done it to enough guys, and there's only one guy, the 6-foot guy, a Japanese guy, that he didn't do it to. But you had to fight. You have to fight, and have to be very, very wary of that. And that could happen to that very much could happen to Vasily Lomachenko, because Vasily Lomachenko is somebody that does get hit, okay, and he stays there with you. He's not somebody that's fighting on the outside, moving and jabbing. He's not a Devin Haney, whether he's going to be on the out where he can fight at range and he's going to jab and move and he's going to win a boxing match. He was not like that when he was 25. He's definitely not like that when he's 31. He's going to be there slipping shots. He's going to be close. He's going to be there for Teofimo Lopez to hit, and that has been evident in the fact that the guy's gotten dropped. He's also gone the distance with guys like Luke Campbell and Jose Pedraza and Linares, who knocked him down since he's got to welterweight. None of those guys are packing the power or, in my opinion, the talent of a Teofimo Lopez. So, for that reason, there might not be a Vasily Lomachenko there for Devin Haney to fight. The other reason that I'm like, man, it makes me wonder about Lomachenko is the fact that Top Rank just does not put their young champions in to fights that they don't think they can win. And Vasily Lomachenko he's long in the tooth. And since he's long in the tooth, you got a long in the tooth champion, you got a young champion with years to go. Why would they set up Teofimo Lopez for a loss? It would seem like it would be more, if they were going to have a matchmaking edge. I think that's the nicer way to say it. If they're going to make a fight where the matchmaking is skewed one way or the other, which is what I believe Top Rank does, logic would say that they would skew it in favor of Teofimo Lopez. So, he might not be there. Now, if Vasily Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez, still, Vasily Lomachenko may not be there because he might just go down to 130 pounds and say, they've been hinting to him going back down to 130 pounds for a while, saying these guys at 135 pounds really are too big for him. He's not really a lightweight and all of that stuff. So he might very well just pick up his bag and go, even if he beats Teofimo Lopez, because it's still not going to, whatever happens between Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez is not going to fix the style matchup problems that he has with Devin Haney, nor the promotional issue that he has with Devin Haney, because Devin Haney and that's a dangerous fight for Vasily Lomachenko. And Bob Arum, seems like he is more willing to allow out, fights between different promoters when it's something that he believes his fighter can win, with something easy for him to make, for his guy to win, right? Or he feels a significant advantage. But anyway, that's my take on it. And then there's the whole thing about Devin eventually having to go to 140 and 147, because I really think that's where he's going to get his championship shot. He's got a championship, but I think he's going to have to make noise at 140. He might have to make noise at 147. Anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. With that, I'm out. Peace.